Alright, so you just talked all about common goods, toll goods, public and private goods, and the distinctions about them. Now, the question I have here for you, because this is going to be the segue to our externality discussion, or what we call externalities. So if we left private markets, just individuals completely acting of their own self-interest to produce public goods, what would happen to the quantity of output of those goods? Remember, public goods are those things like a public basketball court, or a public playground, or a public park. And remember, what's people's incentive? Like, if I were interested in opening a public playground, would I do that? Like, could I do that let me try that again. Could I open a public playground and it be a profitable enterprise for me? Probably not, because it's very difficult to set up, say, a playground at a school or something and tell people they can't come and use it, or to set up a basketball hoop and say, well, you can only use it when I tell you to, but it's in a place that is open to everybody. You know, if you're in a park, you can't tell somebody they can't use the basketball hoop. Like, it doesn't work like that. So these are the types of goods that people tend to freeload on. Like, they won't use them, they won't produce them of their own accord, so the quantity tends to be too low. And that's why most of the time when we look at public parks, who operates them? The government. The government operates and sets up the public park because we know there's a benefit, but it's a benefit to a whole lot of people, not one particular person. And when I'm selling a hamburger, I tend to focus on the benefit to me that I get when I sell the hamburger as a producer. But doing the same for a playground doesn't work that way. So this is going to be the segue here, is because there's added benefits to the group here that I as an individual wouldn't necessarily get if I opened the playground. And that's a big part of what externalities are. So on your paper you have a little reading. I think this is the first page in your of your worksheets. I want you to read this and think about, as you're reading, your goal here, and if you want to underline one or two things, think about how do externalities work. Okay, that's your goal. What's happening? So I guess that's two questions. Okay, that's your job right now. Go do that, and I'll get back to you in a second.